some interesting statistics and the reason why we chose the Nairobi National Park in Kenya. The annual average visitation to the Nairobi National Park in Kenya is about 96,000 visitors.
We make them slightly more expensive so that we shake the numbers of people who go in because of the impact of tourism on the environment.
Currently, that of Achimota is just about 20,000. Also, the average revenue from the Nairobi National Park is about $8 million US, whilst that of Achimota is just $60,000 US.
The demand of that facility, the higher the demand, the higher the price.
That is why we believe that with the right strategies, the Achimota Park could yield about $5 million turnover per annum.
At the moment, worldwide, forests contribute about 80% to the CO2 emissions, and the world has set up the RED program to reduce the deforestation and forest degradation as a contribution to the reduction of the carbon emissions.
Benefits of the projects are very enormous, and so far I've tried to categorize these into two. The direct, that is revenue for the state, from the gate fees, taxes, charges, etc. And then also economic opportunities for local SMEs, example, craftsmen, street vendors, etc. The Achimota Park, when developed, will also create a nature study facility for students and researchers. There is also some benefits to the business environment. That is the business for the hospitality as well as the aviation industries. The first is the recreation for the residents and non-residents of Accra. The development of the Achimota Park will provide an alternative to the traditional tourist attraction in Accra. That is the beaches, the museums, the nightclubs, as well as the craft centers. Other benefits including securing the Achimota Forest Reserve against the encroachment pressures that it is confronted with. We're also going to build a green belt that will control the city pollution, that will also serve as a windbreak, as well as habitat for the various animal species that we have in the Accra ecosystem. Some of the infrastructural development planned for these projects include safari ride. This is where a ring road will be developed in the park, and then visitors will be expected to have a view of the animals available in the national park that is driving at a very slow speed whilst enjoying the beauty of the animals that we have in Ghana. Others will include a nature walk. Here what we'll try to do is to mimic and establish the various ecosystems that we have in Ghana. So for instance, while you have a walk on the board, you'll be getting to the aquatic ecosystem where you have the opportunity of viewing animals peculiar to this particular ecosystem like crocodiles or hippos. From there, whilst you walk, you also meet a savanna type of ecosystem, and there too you're expected to view animals peculiar to the savanna type of ecosystem. From there, you might get onto the high forest, and you will be expected to see some animals very peculiar to the high forest. We would also introduce zoo and veterinary services, water points for animals. This is where we'll create various ponds in the park, and then we'll raise some viewing platforms. We'll also create picnic and camping sites where visitors will want to come and camp over there. Others will also want to use the picnic sites for instance, weddings, having a serene environment for marriage purposes. We would also introduce what we call the ECOLOGICAL, or what others would call hotels. However, we'll call them ecologies because we expect them to meet the standards and a specific ecological framework. So we wouldn't expect that you come there and see concrete buildings, but rather either wood or bricks or a combination of both. We will also have various types of restaurants. Whilst you're having your meal, as well as your drink, you have the opportunity to view animals around the watering point. One other important thing that we also introduce will be the spiritual enclaves. Some of these spiritual enclaves will come in the form of mountains, others will come in the form of caves, and so on and so forth. We would also introduce conference facilities in a very serene environment. And we also create the Children Amusement Park research sites, as well as also to introduce museums there. So there are various infrastructure developments that will come with this project. And then in doing that, or in selecting this, we would definitely engage the public, the academia, and everyone who has some input to make in developing these Achimota Forest into a very world-class ecotourism destination.
If you talk about the conservation of the biodiversity of Ghana, it is very important to maintain the integrity of the biodiversity. At the moment, what you see is that the parks and the reserves get more and more isolated. And so it is very important that through corridors, those connections will be maintained. And those connections are very important for plants and for animals to migrate from the one area to the other area. One of the opportunities to link them is through the cremas. Cremas may be a very good solution for the corridors. That is something we should look into the future.
The major challenge could be funding, and a project of such magnitude definitely will require substantial capital injection.
We give the support to the Ministry of Finance, and through that support to the Ministry of Finance, we give it to the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and to the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology.
The challenge that we envisage is phobia for some wild animals that might be introduced to enhance the value of the park. This includes lions, leopards, cheetahs, as well as snakes. Here too, we intend to develop communication strategies that will target specific groups in diffusing any phobias for animals by emphasizing their harmless nature when undisturbed and when understood. We would want the public also to know ways and means that the public can contribute to the development and success of this project. When it comes to investment, business and investment opportunities available to the project should be taken up by competent Ghanaians. And it's only when we do not have this competence in Ghana that we will begin to look outside. We would encourage the participation of local business and entrepreneurs in this country, that the Forestry Commission cannot do it alone. And we would definitely need the involvement of all stakeholders in executing this project.